What's up, y'all? Mark Stunna. We're going to get started with the top 5 things I like about UFC 304. I enjoy Michael Bisping and DC's commentary. A couple times I exhaled because it seemed like they had more sexual tension than anything else, but when they was doing good together, they was doing great together. It's cool just to see two different perspectives, especially with Bisping being in his hometown for this event. It was just good to see him work back and forth. And with Bisping being a striker and DC being a wrestler, DC is always glazing wrestling, but it's just good to see each other's takes on some of the fights. Number 2, Modestas, Bukauskas versus Marcin, Prachnio. They were trying to throw bombs and knock each other's heads off. They were coming from Texas throwing them things. It's very reminiscent of the early UFC days, and it's just good to see it get shaken up. It ain't the most technical. They was doing this and doing 360s. Love to see it. That's some damn Smash Bros type animation. Number 3, Belal Muhammad getting the win over Leon Edwards. People act like Leon Edwards was working on a goat case at 170. He ain't been the champ that long. He ain't really been dominating. He's been doing good, but he ain't dominating. I don't hate the guy. I don't like the guy. I really don't know the guy. Probably say Leon Edwards might be a little overrated. He got a lucky late second knockout, which a win is a win, against Kamaru Usman. And then to get a win over Colby Covington and act like you're doing something. Come on, man. Number 4, Paddy Pimblett versus Bobby Green was a really good fight. We got to see Paddy's first dominant win since 2022. We got to see him go against a ranked opponent, so it wasn't like his normal fighting bums and acting like he needs a title shot after that. He had a great win against a decent fighter in Bobby Green. Paddy Pimblett is now ranked 15th. Let's see what he does next. My favorite thing about UFC 304 was Mick Parkin. He's got some really nice boxing, great feints, good head movement, good defense, and power. That's a bad boy. He got to show out for the home crowd, got the knockout win. You love to see it. I'm going to be watching him from now on. He's like that. Top 5 things I dislike about UFC 304. Mokaev versus Manuel Kape started with some intensity. Before the bell, they wanted a piece of each other. After the bell, they wanted no such thing. Mokaev was over there acting like he was really ready to fight him. He was like trying to fake out the security guards. All the security guards was in there like, hey, y'all chill, making sure they didn't fight. You'd have thought the security guards were in there once the bell rung because they were still not trying to fight. They kept their distance with short bursts of explosion trying to work in the pocket. They did pick it up in the 3rd round, but too little too late. Number 2, once the main card starts, they cut to some jackass wearing an Under Armour Tech, which is like a dry fit shirt, and he's got it tucked in into some jeans. I was pissed off once I said it. I was about ready to cut the TV off, y'all. I don't know if that's UK fashion trends, but I don't support that one bit. Number 3, Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodrigues, the Battle of the Milk Duds, was not deserving of a main card spot. Most people probably didn't even know their names, and after tonight, they shouldn't. Between just standing there wrestling and standing there in the clinch, if you watch that fight all the way through, the UFC should send you some type of check. On the tail end of it, they started acting like they wanted to fight, but up to that point, it was a tough watch. Number 4, Michael Bisping with the Tom Aspinall glazing. Bro is not GSP at heavyweight. Saying that is absurd. It's crazy for someone to think that. He had a finish over Curtis Blades. Hey, maybe Curtis Blades didn't bring it. Maybe Aspinall's good. We're going to see when Alex Pereira comes up there. We'll see what that's about. All right, the number 1 thing I dislike about UFC 304, they put some trash-ass UK rap as the intro, talking about Leon Edwards as the champ and Tom Aspinall. If you want me to dislike you, have someone make a UK drill song about you. That'll make me never want to read your name or nothing, bro. I heard that and I was like, I guess that's what we're doing today. Now we're on to Mark's Silly Corner. Michael Bisping said that Leon Edwards is doing something historical in MMA. And I don't think he's done one historical thing in MMA. I'm sure if you look up enough like niche records, you'll see that he did something. Let's look at his title run here just to make sure I'm not tripping. Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. Leon, don't let him bully you, son. He's bullying you. His last one before that was Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz could have got the job done, but he likes to be a little flashy. I mess with Nate Diaz heavy. That could have been him on a 3-fight win streak. And Nate Diaz got that dog in him, so he definitely could have done something. Because honestly, I feel like the best thing for technical, if you're not as technical as a fighter, just having an unorthodox style, being able to really work well in your guard, throw some crazy kicks, is probably the best thing. Because if it's technique versus technique and you just less technical, that's a loss if you play that game. You gotta reshuffle the deck and and do what works best for you. Nate Diaz could have beat Belal. Maybe not, but I like to think he could. Manuel Kape was warming up with a guy in the yellow hat from Curious George. He had this tall ass round hat. I tried to take a quick picture of it. It was too late, but just see the guy in the yellow hat, that's exactly him. He had the gloves on and everything. It was a very spectacle. Plus he's so little that like the hat was like a quarter the size of him. Shout out to them flyweights though. Keoghan Logran looks like the kid villain in The Incredibles. Need I say more? Arnold Allen versus Giga Chiketa looks like for their warm-ups, they were just getting beat with an ugly stick. Early prelim fighters fight like their life is on the line. It's kind of hard to find facts on the event that happened so recently. This is not one thing I expected to be when I switched to current day MMA. But Belal Muhammad received $250,000 to show with a 150,000 that is. Bonus if he wins. He won. Leon Edwards got $500,000 with pay-per-view points, which could be up to 7 figures. That's a very wide range, however. This is all money talk. Let's see if so many people bought it. Tom Aspinall got $375,000 for this event. It appears that's all the facts I can pick up on this one. Couple money things, but nothing besides that, not even like the total buys.
Eye for the micro.